All right, let's take a look at this your turn that's focused on correlation. So I've got some prerequisites here that are already loaded with our Ames data, as we saw in the lesson. And so there's three things I want to do here. Well, one, I want to go ahead and visually assess the relationship between sale price and a variable called year built. And then I'm going to take a guess at what that correlation is, and I want to compute the correlation. So let's take a look at the visual relationship. So I'm going to use our training data to do this, and the variables we want to look at are year built on the x-axis and sale price on the y. And we'll just do a scatter plot. And so we can see we have this relationship here. Let's go ahead and make some minor modifications just to make it easier to see. We have a bunch of grouping of points, and let's go ahead and make them a little bit smaller. There we go. All right, so we can see basically the year built of our data ranges from in the 1800s up to this is early 2000s, I believe. And we can see that there tends to be, or there looks like there is a positive relationship, right? But whether it's linear, I'm not exactly too much sold on that. We could even do a couple things here. We could say scale y. Let's do a log transformation. Let's see what this makes us change. So if we do a log transformation of our y-axis, it does look like that helps out a little bit with the linearity. Let's see if we do the same thing on our x. Does this? Not too much. Okay, so we can see that logging our sale price may help improve the linearity. But we definitely look like, if we just use the raw data, that there is a positive relationship, especially in these the second half of the 20th century here, the late 1900s into early 2000. Right. So, and it looks like it's positive. What is the actual correlation of the relationship? It's a tough one. You may want to take a guess. I would venture to say that this is probably below a 0.5 correlation, but we'll go ahead and see. All right, so that's kind of my guess, right around that 0.5, maybe 0.4 correlation. So now let's go ahead and actually compute it. And we can compute it by just going ahead and taking Ames train, and I want to compute a summary statistic, and that summary statistic would be a correlation. And I can use the core function, and I just pass it year built and sale price. And we see that the correlation is a little bit over 0.5. So I was fairly close, but a little bit off. But we can see that we have what we would consider maybe a moderate relationship. If we compare this to the square footage of a home, it's definitely less strong, or less of a strong positive linear relationship than square footage and sale price had. But there is a relationship that looks like that does exist.